Nothing gives a house more life than lots of glorious natural light. And famed Los Angeles chef Hans Röckenwagner's house is sure to be an inspiration to anyone who dreams of adding a skylight or a window to brighten their lives. Watch this. When Los Angeles chef Hans Röckenwagner went looking for a house close to the restaurant that bears his name, he had dreams of a sprawling sun-drenched home to share with his girlfriend, PR executive Patty Shin. What he found bore no resemblance to that dream home.
I sort of had a vision of what I wanted to do, and even though this house didn't resemble anything of that vision at all, I was attracted to the size of the lot and also the size of the backyard.
The tiny 1950s era bungalow was dark and cramped, but it had a generous lot and large backyard for expansion. Hans knew the key to this house's metamorphosis was good architectural advice, and he didn't have to go far to find it.
Regina and Leon, they had an office right next to the restaurant, and I've always admired what they were doing. I was always poking my head in their office, checking out their models and things like that.
Architects Leon Luxembourg and Regina Pizzanini advised Hans to completely gut the house.
From the previous projects he saw in our office, he knew what we were doing, and we like, in our architecture, we like very open spaces.
Today, the only elements left from those days are the 4 exterior walls and the freestanding fireplace. The first thing you see as you walk in the front door. Unable to relocate the fireplace, Hans, Patty, and the architects decided to use it as a sculptural element. They removed the plaster and tiling that encased it to reveal handsome original brick.
The fireplace has taken on a life of its own.
I think it's fun. I mean, I remember Hans was picking off the wallpaper one day, and I said, you know, it's kind of cool the way it is.
The distressed brick and wallpaper stand in contrast to the white walls. One of the most charming personal touches to the space is the authentic German cuckoo clock.
It's a little heritage. I mean, when we went to get it, you know, it was in the Black Forest, and there were hundreds of cuckoo clocks. I mean, you can hear yourself because of all the clicking going on. There, it was, you know, a cuckoo clock. But here, it's a cuckoo clock. No one has a cuckoo clock here, okay?
Beyond the fireplace and dining area, the house opens up dramatically. The multi-purpose great room is the focal point of the architectural renovation. The removal of narrow hallways and almost all of the interior walls changes the entire nature of the structure. The modest 1,700 square foot home seems much larger due to the wide, unobstructed spaces. Hans also exposed the ceiling joists and added clerestory windows for an airy and very modern cathedral effect.
Just being in Southern California, you can really take advantage of, you know, almost year-round sun. It's almost, you know, a shame not to have a house that has so many windows in an area that so naturally has so much sunshine.
The most striking architectural element is the geometric bay window on the west wall. Painted a bright primary red on the outside and a vivid orange on the inside, the cube glows with reflected light all day long. Glass doors along the north wall and opposite the front door look out onto the backyard and pool.
You know, there are days when we have the back doors open all day long. And, you know, it's just an extension of our house.
Little squirrels come in, you know.
To the left of the front door is the kitchen, a mecca for all visitors. It has most of the professional amenities, if not all of them.
I wanted to design the kitchen so I could eventually also maybe teach some classes there.
It's the perfect space for a world-class chef to hold court. Diagonal from the kitchen across the great room is the master bedroom. Hans and Patty loved the openness of the remodeled house so much they opted not to close the space off with a door.
We lie in the bed, you can see the kitchen, you can see the living room, you can see the backyard. And people sometimes walk in and say, you know, don't you need any privacy, and are you going to add doors here? And initially I was always thinking maybe we were going to add doors, but as we live in it, we experience that we don't really need it, and it's not an issue. Maybe it will be an issue at some point, and then I'll add the doors. But right now it's very open, it's very spacious, and we like it that way.
One of the most remarkable elements of the house is the custom cabinetry. Almost all the cabinets, dressers, armoires, and desks in the house were all built by Hans himself in his shop in the garage.
I'm really proud of my shop because I can go in there and start a project, never have to leave, don't have to go to any hardware store because I have everything right there. I have the tools that are necessary to do really fine work, and it gives me such pleasure. I get so much fun out of it. It's actually a lot like cooking.
He's been commissioned by many of our friends to build countless things in their homes. If anything ever happens with the chef business, you know, you can always go into furniture making.
From the ashes of a cramped little bungalow, Hans, Patty, and crew have created a spectacular urban haven. A wide-open, exuberant home that radiates warmth and expresses this couple's zest for life.
It's not a big house, it's not a mansion, it's not in Beverly Hills, it's not on top of a mountain, it doesn't overlook the ocean. It's a small house, it's a very intimate setting, but it has so much to offer.